you're running a mobile detailing business, you've probably realized pretty quickly that you need more than just your skills to actually run a successful business. You need software, apps, tools, and if you've ever looked into any of this, you know that there's literally hundreds of different options out there for you to choose from. So today, I'm gonna go rapid fire through every single app that a mobile detailing business owner needs. I'm gonna show you 16 of the best apps to run your mobile detailing business. I'm also gonna show you some alternatives for every single one of these apps because there's actually one platform that includes all of these features that we're gonna talk about in this video under one roof for a fraction of the price that you'd be paying to piece together all 16 of these apps. So at the end of this video, I'm gonna break down exactly what you'd be paying if you bought all of these apps separately versus what you'd pay for the all-in-one solution. The difference is actually gonna blow your mind. But if you're ready for it, let's get into the 16 best apps for a mobile detailing business in 2026. So first up is the foundation of any mobile detailing business. This is your CRM. This is customer relationship management. A CRM is where you manage your customers, you send estimates, you can create invoices, you can collect payments and track job history. It's basically your central nervous system for your business. The two biggest names in the home service CRM space are Jobber and Housecall Pro. Jobber runs you at about $169 a month for a team of 5. Jobber's clean, it works, and it's what a lot of contractors start out with. Housecall Pro is a little bit more expensive at around $189 a month for the same team size. It has very similar functionality, a bit different interface. Some people prefer Housecall Pro over Jobber, but I've actually done a full deep dive into both of these softwares with pricing, features, hidden cost, everything that you would need to make a decision on these. I've linked both of those videos down below if you want to check those out. But the main problem with Housecall Pro and Jobber is these are just CRMs. You still need to bolt on a dozen other apps to actually run your business the way it needs to. If you want photo documentation, it's going to cost extra. Property measurement, extra. If you need reviews, extra. And all of those little extra costs, they add up fast. And this is where the alternative comes in. It's called QuoteIQ. QuoteIQ is an all-in-one platform built by actual contractors. To unlock every single feature, it's only $299 a month. This gets you customers, estimates, invoices, payment collections. You get everything that we're about to cover in this video. And the best part is that there's no add-ons required. That is the first app. You definitely need a CRM, but let's look at what else you'll need. So next up is job documentation. This is like photos and videos to document your job. Every mobile detailing business needs to document their work. Before and after photos, progress documentation, inspection reports. This protects you from liability claims, it helps with marketing, and it keeps your customers informed, which is really important. So the best app for this is CompanyCam. CompanyCam is the industry standard. It's built specifically for contractors. You take photos, you organize them by job, you can share it with customers, and you can create inspection reports. The cost is a little hefty. It's around $217 a month for 5 users. It's a solid app. There's no complaints on the functionality, but that $217 goes on top of your CRM subscription and any other subscription costs that you're going to get through this video. QuoteIQ, which is the all-in-one CRM that we're going to talk about throughout this video, actually has a feature called QuoteIQ Cam. It's built directly inside of the app, and it literally does everything that CompanyCam does. Photo and video documentation, you can organize by job and customer, inspection forms and checklists, you've got before and after photo galleries, 4K upload support, customer history archives, so you can see everything that was saved under that customer profile and for that customer's job. But there is one thing that CompanyCam doesn't include that QuoteIQ Cam does include, and that's called the AI image generator. And you won't believe that this works. So you can take a before image and generate a realistic preview of what the property will look like after your service. And people love seeing results. Conversions will boost once you start adding these before and afters to the estimates. And that right there is a sales tool that CompanyCam just simply does not offer. And it's included in the QuoteIQ subscription. It's not an add-on. So next up is property measurement. And for a mobile detailing business specifically, accurate property measurements are everything. Your pricing by square footage, linear feet, property size. If you get that wrong, you're going to be leaving money on the table or eating the cost. The standalone option here is called GoILON. GoILON lets you measure properties remotely using satellite imagery. It is pretty expensive. It's around $490 a month, and that's just property measurement. And that's pretty steep compared to a software like QuoteIQ, who has a feature called Map Measure Pro. It's just like this, except it's built directly into QuoteIQ's estimate creation flow. So you pull up the property, then you drop pins, you measure out the linear footage or the square footage of the area that you're doing, and the pricing calculates automatically based on your pricing inside of QuoteIQ. Plus you get Street View integrations to see the property from the ground level, and Zillow Quick Access to get property details. The measurements are saved to the customer profile, and it exports directly to your quote. So if you're looking at price, I think QuoteIQ obviously is the better option here. But the next section is reviews, and reviews are everything in local service businesses and really every service business in 2026. More 5-star Google reviews mean more trust, better SEO rankings, and ultimately more customers finding your business. The standalone option here is called Nice Job. Nice Job automates review requests. So your customers pay, they get a text or an email asking for a review, they click it, and then they get sent to your Google profile to leave their feedback. The cost for Nice Job is around $75 a month, but the QuoteIQ alternative is called Review Multiplier, and it's included on QuoteIQ's tier for $74 per month. QuoteIQ's Review Multiplier does the exact same thing that Nice Job does. It automatically triggers after invoices are paid. Once they click pay on their invoice, they're taken to your review page, whether that be Google, Facebook, Yelp. You choose what link they're sent to. It tracks your conversion rates. You can send mass review blasts. It is a must-have for any home service business to have in 2026 because reviews are so valuable to your business. I definitely recommend a tool like the Review Multiplier or Nice Job. Let's go into the next app, and this one is super important for a mobile detailing business. And this is customer self-quoting and self-scheduling. So imagine a customer lands on your website, they fill out a few questions, they get an instant price, and then they book that service all by themselves, getting on your calendar without you ever lifting a finger. That's the dream, right? That standalone option is called ResponsiBid. ResponsiBid is one of the biggest names here for self-quoting. Customers go through a guided flow, they select the services that they want to get a quote for, they get the pricing, and if they accept it, they can book directly from there. The cost though is pretty hefty. They have an $829 upfront fee, and that's just for the initial thing. So after that $829, you're going to be paying $229 a month after that. You're going to be paying over $1,000 before you even get into month 2. QuoteIQ's alternative is called InstaQuote, and it also includes InstaSchedule. And this is one of my favorite features of QuoteIQ. InstaQuote lets your customers create their own quotes directly from your website, or really anywhere you have a link. They select the services they want, they upsell themselves, the add-ons are calculated automatically and added onto the price, then they see the total for the quote, and they can approve or decline right there. And if they approve and you have InstaSchedule turned on, they can schedule right then. InstaSchedule syncs with your calendar in real time. It only shows availability for when you're actually available, so there's no double booking. And together, InstaQuote and InstaSchedule completely replicate ResponsiBid's functionality for a fraction of the cost. So if there's anything you take away from this video, I think you should check out InstaQuote and InstaSchedule. But now let's talk about a business phone system for your mobile detailing business. This is not up for debate. You need a dedicated business line. You cannot be giving away your personal cell to every single customer that you want. And you need your team to have visibility on incoming calls and messages. So the standalone option here is called OpenPhone. OpenPhone gives you a business phone number, two-way text messaging, call routing, voicemail transcriptions, and team access. It's really all you need. The cost is $165 a month for 5 users. It's solid and it gets the job done. QuoteIQ has something called Client Hub, QuoteIQ's built-in communication hub. You get a dedicated business phone number. It has two-way SMS texting, inbound and outbound calling directly inside of the app. It works from phone, tablet, or computer. You get full conversation history saved to each customer profile, real-time notifications across all devices, and your team can see every single customer interaction. So there's no more missed calls falling through the cracks. QuoteIQ's Client Hub is a great communication tool. So continuing down the communication path, if you own a mobile detailing business, then you 100% need email and text automation. Following up with leads manually is a full-time job, and automations can handle that full-time job for you. When an estimate is sent, it triggers a follow-up sequence. When invoices are paid, it triggers a thank you message and a review request, and you can set up automations that will re-engage customers months later automatically. The standalone option for this is called ActiveCampaign. ActiveCampaign is powerful. It's email sequences, it's SMS automation, CRM tagging. It does everything you need for $284 a month, but that is a serious investment for just automation. QuoteIQ's alternative is a feature they have called automation campaigns. You can personalize every single automation, customer name, service list, their estimate total, their job date. Plus they have a bunch of pre-built templates that you can just import in, completely ready to use from day one, so that's awesome. But QuoteIQ's automation campaigns are great. Another useful communication tool for a mobile detailing business is mass text and email blast. So automation campaigns handle individual customer journeys, but what about when you want to blast your entire customer list? Seasonal promotions, slow week fill-ups, new service announcements, you need to reach everyone at once. So the standalone option for this is called Simple Texting. Simple Texting does mass SMS campaigns. You segment your list, you craft your message, you hit send. The cost is around $103 per month. The QuoteIQ alternative is called Mass Blast. So QuoteIQ's Mass Blast feature on Elite does exactly this. You can send this to your entire customer or leads list, Or you can segment by tags, whether that be past customers, leads, specific service history. They also have the personalization variables so it doesn't feel like spam. QuoteIQ's mass blast functionality is completely built into the software. But now let's talk about employee management. Because if you're a mobile detailing business with more than one employee, you need the more team members you have, the quicker things get disorganized. And trust me, no one wants to look like a boss who does not know what they're doing. So once you have a team, you actually need to manage them. Schedule, time tracking, GPS locations, labor costs, crew communications, scheduling, everything. And the standalone option for this is Homebase. So Homebase handles scheduling, time tracking, team communication. The cost for this is $30 a month for just 5 users. That's actually pretty reasonable, but it does not integrate with your CRM. So your jobs, your financials, all of that is actually separate and you can't connect it. So Employee Hub is built inside of QuoteIQ. It's your employee scheduling with color-coded calendars, GPS clocking in and out, live GPS tracking while you're on the clock. It has automatic labor cost calculations, so you know exactly how much you should be paying each employee. It also has some pretty cool features like crew creation and assignment. So if you have multiple employees and you want to put them in a crew and assign that crew, you can do that. There's also some push notifications for job assignments and schedule changes, just making sure your employees are always up to date. And they have roles and permissions, so you get full customization of what everybody sees inside of QuoteIQ. The key difference between these two is it's connected to your jobs. You can see your labor costs per job in real time. So this next step is actually a pretty major one and something you definitely shouldn't overlook for your mobile detailing business. And that is having a professional SEO optimized website. You need a website, not just any website, one that is optimized for local service businesses with online booking, lead capture, and a mobile friendly design. The standalone option is something like Footbridge Media. They build websites specifically for home service contractors. They handle design, hosting, and maintenance of your site. The cost is around $249 a month for a website, which is a little bit hefty, which is why I like something like Budget Built Sites. Budget Built Sites creates a professional contractor website for you in minutes. It's mobile optimized, it has online booking integrated, lead capture forms, service pages, and the best part is it's all SEO optimized. It's built for search. You're using a website that is designed to help you get seen by Google and AI. And in 2026 and above, that is 100% necessary for your home service business. Budget Built Sites is great. You can get a website built in under 5 minutes. So going off the website section, let's get into something that every single mobile detailing business needs, and that is a lead capture form. We talked about it in the last section, but your website needs forms that capture lead information like leads' names, emails, phones, services needed, their address, and ideally those would integrate with your CRM automatically. So the standalone option for this is called Typeform. Typeform creates beautiful conversational forms. The cost is only $29 a month, but you also need a little technological experience because you need to connect Zapier or some integration to get those leads into your CRM. It's cool, but it's a little bit too complex for somebody like me, but if you're up for it, you can try it. I like something like QuoteIQ's contact forms and schedule requests. QuoteIQ has these natively built in, so all you do is copy and paste it into your website. The lead capture forms are great. They capture all of your customers' information, and if they want to get on the schedule, they capture that information too. All that data goes directly into your CRM, so you get notified immediately, and the best part is there's no integrations required. It's just ready to go. And if you remember the InstaQuote and InstaSchedule features that we talked about earlier, this next app is one that has made my business thousands of dollars simply by having it integrated into my business, and it's a call answering service. And you know it more than anyone, mobile detailing customers are quick in their decision. Missing calls means missing jobs, but hiring a receptionist or a call center is just too expensive. So AI answering services handle this for you. And I know you're saying it's probably gonna sound like a robot and sounds bad. It's actually really good.
I'll be back.
So the standalone option is Jill's Office. Jill's Office is a popular virtual receptionist service for contractors. The cost is $150 a month plus $2.50 per minute of call time. But let's say you average 100 minutes of calls per month. That is $156 plus $250, which equals around $406 a month. And that's just 100 minutes. You'll probably go over that. And you guessed it, of course, QuoteIQ has an alternative for this. It's called the AI Virtual Call Team, and it's completely different. There's no monthly subscription. You pay as you go only. It does have a per minute fee, but it actually cuts it in half. It's only $1.25. It has 24/7 AI-powered call answering. It qualifies your leads and filters out spam. It's really cool because it's completely customizable. You actually upload a knowledge base of what your business is, like your leads. You train it completely on your business, so when it's answering questions, it knows exactly what it should say. It gives you call summaries and instant notifications, and the voices sound supernatural, almost human-like. The AI Virtual Call Team is available on every QuoteIQ plan. It runs on IQ credits, which are the credits that power all of QuoteIQ's AI tools. So even at $29 a month, you get 24/7 call coverage. category. One that not every mobile detailing business needs, but is certainly nice to have if you want it, is e-signatures. So getting contracts and estimates signed digitally is kind of a standard now. No more printing or scanning or faxing, and the standalone option to do it is DocuSign. DocuSign is kind of the industry leader for e-signatures. They're professional, secure, and widely recognized. You've probably signed a DocuSign before. The cost is $225 a month though, is kind of crazy to me. I personally would much rather go with something like QuoteIQ, which has e-signatures built in. You can do it for both estimates and invoices on QuoteIQ. Customers receive estimates, they review it, and then they sign it electronically. Then you get notified. It's timestamped and stored permanently. No third-party apps required. It's just included inside of QuoteIQ. But let's go on to route optimization. So if you're running multiple jobs per day across town, route optimization saves hours of driving time and hundreds of dollars in fuel costs. So the standalone option for this is called Route for Me. Route for Me calculates the most efficient order for your daily stops. The cost is $300 a month for a team of 5. $300 a month just to tell you what streets to turn on is kind of a bit much, especially when something like QuoteIQ has route optimization on their elite plan. QuoteIQ's built-in route optimization auto-calculates the most efficient routes based on your daily schedule. This is cool because it's already built into your CRM and it already knows your entire schedule, so all you do is just press optimize and it gives it to you. I use route optimization a bunch for my business. So the very last app of this video is going to be inventory management. If you carry parts, materials, or any equipment, you need to track what your business has and where it is. The standalone option for this is called Sortly. Sortly tracks inventory across multiple locations, warehouses, trucks, job sites. The cost is $149 a month for a team of 5. QuoteIQ actually does have an inventory management feature built in. It's on QuoteIQ's elite plan and it has very similar functionality. You build a complete product database inside of QuoteIQ, multiple locations like a warehouse, trucks, job sites, supplier management, purchase orders, transaction histories, which includes receipts, issues, adjustments, damages. You also get low stock alerts, so you're notified when one of your items is getting low and you know when to reorder or restock. And they also have multi-location transfers. So it's not just tracking, it is a complete inventory system built into QuoteIQ. And yeah, this is probably the moment that everybody's been waiting for. Let's add up the cost of what you'd be paying if you bought all of these apps together for your business. When I was looking at the pricing for all these, I went off of using 5 employees for it, so the price you see might be more or it might be less than what you'd actually be paying, but I'm just telling you that's what I did. And let's start off with CRM. Jobber's gonna run you for around $169 a month. Housecall Pro is similar, it's a little bit more expensive at $189 a month, but those are the two CRM. And if you need an app for job documentation, CompanyCam is your go-to, and it's gonna run you for about $217 a month. Then you have Ilon if you wanna measure properties virtually, that's $499. If you need help with online reviews, Nice Job is going to cost you $75 a month. One of my favorite apps is self-quoting, and with ResponsiBid, that's going to be $800 as an initial setup fee. Yeah, I know it's crazy, and then it's going to cost you $229 a month after that. So a bit of a head scratcher with that one. I know it's a crazy number, but if you need a business phone number, then you're going to be paying $165 for OpenPhone. If you need email and text automations, you're going to be using Active Campaigns, which is $284. Also, mass text and email blast with Simply Text, that's $103. You've got employee management with Homebase, that's $30 a month. You're definitely going to need a website, that's going to be $249 a month. You don't want to miss any calls, so you're going to need an AI receptionist, and you're probably going to go with Jill's office. That's going to be $150 a month. You might not need it, but if your company does, e-signatures are going to be around $225 a month with DocuSign, and you're definitely going to need a lead form for your website, and Typeform is going to cost you $229 a month to do it. Route for Me's route optimization is $300 a month, and finally, inventory is going to cost you $149 a month with Sortly. So after all of that, your total is approximately $2,879 a month. And yeah, you don't need to rewind, you heard that correctly, $2,879 a month every single month. And yeah, that's not including the $800 a month initial fee for ResponsiBid. That is crazy for a bunch of apps. And that's not counting the setup time for 15 different platforms, the integration headaches trying to get them to talk to each other, the 15 different logins that you're going to be managing, and the 15 different support teams when something breaks. I know, if only there was a solution. And there is. It's called QuoteIQ. QuoteIQ Elite will give you everything we covered in this video for $299 a month. I am not joking, $299 a month will get you that. That's by far the best value that you will find in one app. Getting QuoteIQ would save you over $2,500 a month compared to all these other separate apps. That is more than $30,000 a year back in your pocket. And I'm not joking. That is around 90% cheaper for the same functionality. And I'm not making this up or lying about what it can actually do. Like, it does all this stuff. You would actually be paying $30,000 more if you were to just go do this yourself. But everything in QuoteIQ is under one roof. It's one login, one system, one support team. Your data actually connects. Your jobs feed into your invoices, which feed into your payments, which feed into your automations, which feed into your reviews, which feed into your analytics. Everything is connected. It's how a business should be run. And the difference between duct taping together 15 different apps versus having one software that's actually built for how contractors work is massive. So if you want to try QuoteIQ, there is a 14-day free trial. I've linked it down below in the comment section and the description of this video. You can go down there and check it out for free. If you're already using Jobber or Housecall Pro and considered switching, check out my dedicated comparison videos here. I break down the exact differences, the pricing tiers, and what you'd gain or lose by switching. I'll link everything down below, and if you got value from this video, drop a like, subscribe to Service Business Academy if you want more content like this. Thank you so much, and I will see you in the next one.